Hello, and welcome to Group 15's presentation of our interactive flight delay and cancellation dashboard. On behalf of Logan McGuire and Puro Ramamurti, my name is Doug Perez. We are going to start by telling you a bit about our project, show you our database, and then do a demonstration of our front end. So we wanted to answer the question, will my flight be delayed or canceled? This is a question that plagues many air travelers, and we wanted to provide a tool where a traveler could input the airline they're flying, the airport they're departing from, and the day of their travel to determine a percentage likelihood that their flight would be delayed or canceled. So we used the Kaggle Airflight dataset. This is a flat CSV file that contains historical flight information for 5 years, covering 2018 through 2022. Has around 50 million records and 118 columns, not all of which we need. Plus, we need to normalize the data into a relational data model, which we did. We took the raw data from Kaggle, landed it in this flight raw table, and then we normalized out the airline, city, and state. Finally, we created a result table that include calculated columns for the percent of flights that are delayed, percent of flights that are canceled by city, airline, and day and month of the year. So using that information, we created the database that you see here. We have tables for each of those entities. The result table, flight result, has those percent delayed and percent canceled. And all these tables are related with primary and foreign key relationships. You see the primary key for the flight result is flight result ID, with foreign keys to city ID or to city and airline on city ID and airline ID. Those are the primary keys of the city and airline table respectively. For CRUD operations, we created a view for the read, the R in CRUD, that draws data from several of those entities and presents results. This view allows us to perform analytic queries, such as the query you see in the query editor, where we can find out what are the best and worst months for cancellations and delays. Looks like June is the worst month for cancellations, while April is the worst month for delays. Then we have stored procedures to complete the rest of the CRUD operations: delete, insert, and update. For example, in our delete flight procedure, we can not only delete the record, but recalculate the cancellation and delay percentages. So that's the database, but we need a front end in order for users to interact with the database. And we have that in the form of a website. So here I'm going to add a flight to the database. Alaska Airlines departing from Seattle, heading to Phoenix. It's delayed by 30 minutes on February 24th, 2023. See, I've successfully added that record. And if I go back and need to make a modification, I see that flight right here, and I can enter that flight information into this form, flight 5678, leaving from Seattle on February 24th, 2023, and I can update that to say 25 minutes instead of the 30 minutes. Tells me the record was successfully updated. Suppose I need to then delete a record. Maybe I entered that by mistake. Well, there's my 25-minute delay that has clearly been updated. I can again make the update directly through the front end. I can update again, flight 5678, leaving from Seattle on February 24th, 2023, and that record will now be successfully deleted. If I try to, say, modify that record again, I will see that that record has in fact been deleted. Finally, we can query and see those results, see those percentages. So let's say I want to see American Airlines Inc. flight number doesn't matter, but I'm leaving from San Francisco on a given date, July 23rd, 2023. Here I can pull up the flight information, including the percent delayed and the percent canceled. So with the starter data that we received from Kaggle, along with our relational data model and our front end, we're able to perform full CRUD operations and give users a tool to determine if their flights are going to be delayed or canceled. Thank you very much for your time and attention on behalf of Group 15.